Chillos, welcome back, people. It is the Critic Corp. I am Toke. I'm here to give you guys a review today on another little short story directed by Wes Anderson and fucking written by Roald Dahl, which is a famous British writer. Um, This one was really short. It was only like 15 minutes. Um, it's called The Swan. It's pretty much about these bullies pursuing on this brilliant young brilliant little boy, and they pretty much pushed him so far to his limits that he accepted his fate, pretty much. That's what I got out of it. And he pretty much, you know, um, he won in that result, pretty much, because he didn't let that shit phase him, pretty much. But he had these two bullies. They were one was named Ernie, one was named Raymond. They were, best friends, hanging out, shooting their little guns and shit. I guess they were a little bit older um than Peter, which is the little nerdy brilliant boy, because he was only 13, so I'm assuming they were probably about fucking what 17 or something. Cause they're fucking playing with guns and shit. Like, what the hell? Um, but yeah, they were fucking. They were like persistent on bullying this little kid, Peter. Like I said, which was like a little. He was a brilliant, little nerdy, scrawny kid. The usual nerd. Glasses, freckles, like body all frail looking. But he was like I said, he was real brilliant. He was so brilliant that uh he was already in the senior class, and he's fucking 13 years old. This man, this little boy man, this boy with man knowledge, fucking was able to play the piano. He loved like classical music. He was very quiet though. He was very quiet, which is a given. But yeah, he was just minding his business, looking at sightseeing through his little binoculars and whatnot. And Ernie and Raymond took it upon themselves to fucking, you know, abuse they bigness and, them being, given that they're older and just probably more stronger than him and whatnot, and bullied the shit out of him. Made this little boy. They tied him up and laid him across some train tracks, which he fucking thankfully survived the train. So they ended up fucking what's the name? They ended up untying his feet, but still had left his hands tied, and planned on throwing him into this like muddy little swamp that they came across. And before they could do it, they noticed this little swan and in the water and shit, and shot at that bitch. And uh that took a little toll on Peter. He was hurt about that. He that struck a nerve with Peter. He tried to say some words in spite that they wouldn't do it, but like I said, these kids are fucking way older than him, probably bigger than him, and just, you know, not having no morals, no fucks given. They were fucking smoking cigarettes and shit, watching them on the train track, before, you know, the train came. But they, you know, after they shot the Swan, they, you know, cut him loose completely and made him go, you know, go get the Swan, made him sick the Swan out in the water and bring him to him. Then they proceeded to fucking cut the wings off the Swan and tie it to this little boy's fucking arms and forced him to dance around and shit, looking like a fool. And, you know, like, if that wasn't enough, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, man, leave this little boy alone. He was minding his business. Like, come on now. Fucking man. Like, Peter. Fucking. So then, after that, you know, Peter's like, are you guys done? Like, come on now. Let's wrap this shit up. And, you know, be on our ways. Part our ways. But nope. They had to push him a little bit more, just a little bit more towards the edge, and literally, like I said, they pushed him to the edge. They fucking made him climb up this tree, and walk to like the furthest edge of his branch, and you know, told him to jump into the little muddy swamp. And you know, in Peter's mind, he's thinking like, okay, I'm all the way up here. They're not gonna fucking even think twice of trying to climb up here. And if they do, I can just maneuver onto a skinnier branch that they big asses can't fucking get on, and everything be all gravy. They're gonna leave me alone. 9 times out of 10, they about to leave me alone for this if I just stay up here. So he didn't budge, you know. He stood his ground, and then they threatened, you know. They threatened to fucking shoot at him. They threatened to shoot at this fucking little boy. And Peter still, you know, he didn't think they was about that smoke. So he stood his, like I said, he stood tall and strong. Then fucking they shoot at him. They missed the first one. And fucking you know, Peter's like, oh shit. God damn, they really about that smoke, huh? So they proceed to shoot at him again. And they make it this one. They didn't miss for shit. They shot him in his thigh or whatever. And that caused him to fucking slip and fall off the branch. Now he's hanging literally like with his arms bare hanging, and the branch is, you know, going to break. So at that point, Peter's like, you know, I pretty much, you know, it's either I let them win and show them that, you know, this shit fazed me and continue to struggle to hold on to this branch, or I let go and, you know, let my wings flock. And that's what he pretty much did. He let his shit flock straight into the sun. It was a crazy little story that they made at the end. I don't believe it's true or not. I don't know. Who knows? They said he flew, you know, into the sun. Stood because he was staring off into the light of the sun. Flew after he let go all the way over, you know, the swamp and everything, and back into his backyard. And his mom noticed that it was him and came out running, crying, and, you know, in like shock of like, what the hell has happened? What have you been through? Type of deal. I believe they pretty much said he died. So yeah, sadly, little Peter Watson died. he died on that fucking branch, and into the swamp water, and it's never to be seen again. Sadly, got pushed. Got pushed and pushed. You can only push people so far until they fucking till they break. But he was one of those people that you can push and push and poke, and he will show no, you know, he will show no like no emotion. Like it won't phase him. He's not letting them. He's not letting that shit get to them, and he's gonna keep his head high and mighty, and roll with the punches, and you know, look for better days and the future outcome, and hopefully it's a successful one. But like I said, I think he died. So yeah, sadly, this is a sad little short film. But there you have it, guys. That's all I have on this one, the Swan. Leave some comments, like and subscribe, support the motherfucking corp. Sorry, I'm out here looking like fucking uh a little grandma. I got this little blankie on me. It's a wee bit chilly out here in these parts. But yeah. Um, I will be back in a few for jiu-jitsu. So with that being said, toodles.